Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Orlagh, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the books I write in daily and a little bit why I do them. So if this sounds interesting to you, then just stay tuned. So a couple of videos ago I posted about my experience with morning pages, which is Julia Cameron's kind of idea of flea throwing fleas. Imagine that, 3 pages of that. That'd be pretty boring. But 3 pages of free-flowing ideas and things just to kind of you know, set you up for the day and be able to kind of have clarity and have a fresh start to the day without things that are bogging you down. If you're interested in finding out a little bit more about that, I did do a separate video which I'll put in the down box below, so I won't go into that in too much detail in this video, but that's the first thing I do every morning. I've done it for about 60 days now, and it takes between like 5 to 7 minutes depending on how quick of a writer you are. So that's the most recent kind of writing habit I have picked up. And then going on to my life organization, I have a bullet journal. My bullet journals used to be a lot more artistic, I think. I used to spend a lot more time kind of designing them and doing really artistic, nice spreads and pictures, but to be honest now I prefer to spend that time elsewhere, whether if it's on making videos or DIY and like home things and things like that. So I don't tend to do that as much anymore, but I still use my bullet journal every day, except now the layouts are a little bit more kind of simple, so they're a little bit more functional maybe. My dog is trying to eat the pages. We have a troublemaker. He loves eating paper, you know, buy him organic dog chews. Paper it is. So I've used the bullet journal now for, I think this is my 5th or 6th bullet journal now, so I've been doing it for quite a couple of years. And if you don't know what a bullet journal is, it's essentially, I use the Leuchtturm, hope I'm saying that right, I should probably ask my German friend Valentina, Leuchtturm 1918, which is the bullet journal that has these little dots all over it. Essentially it can be anything you like. I've always found kind of regular planners a bit limiting, like maybe they give you not enough space per day or too much space per day, and you know, maybe there's not a lot of flexibility with the different sections that you have. But with this you're essentially designing your own day-to-day journal. So for me, I would have like overviews of calendars, my like kind of weekly layout, you know, my weekly layout, any lists of like to-do lists or things I need to do, any brain dumps, plans for videos, anything really that you want to keep a note of to keep yourself organized and, you know, feeling like you've got your life a little bit together. And what I like about bullet journaling is that because you can customize it, it means that you're not having a notebook for every different thing. I feel like before I started having a bullet journal I would have like a daily planner, but there wasn't enough room to make lists, so I had to have another book with my lists in it, and then maybe I made lists on my phone, so then they didn't always connect right, and then I had another book for something else, and it was too many books. So I find these are really helpful, and don't be intimidated by the idea of having to design it yourself. There are so many good videos on YouTube and tutorials on how to do it, and like I said, they don't have to be really artsy-fartsy, you know, they can be kind of simple and basic, and really that's the kind of main basic idea of a bullet journal, that it is a basic thing. I just think over time people like to obviously, you know, put a bit of creativity into it too, but it's definitely not a prerequisite, so don't let that put you off. Okay, so my third is my daily gratitude journal, and I might make a separate video on this, to be honest, because I wouldn't say I'm the most dramatic person, but this genuinely changed my life. I started doing this around 10 years ago, I think, and this is number 13, book 13, and I have a lot all around the house, but I have a lot of my past ones and they're so nice to go back through and read. If you're somebody who struggles with any kind of mental health problem, or you feel, you know, well, I guess just the ebbs and flows of being human, you know, making a point to write down 3 things you're grateful for every day has honestly changed my life. I remember when I first started this hobby, it's not really a hobby, is it? habit, that's the word I was going for, you know, 9 or 10 years ago. I heard about it and my initial reaction was like, what is this like weird hippy dippy stupid nonsense, like why would I do that? I was kind of quite cynical about it, which I think we can be as Brits, especially, like a bit like, oh god. And I remember the article kind of challenged you to think of 3 things you were grateful for, and I do remember I was probably in a bit of a bad headspace at the time, but I was sat there and I couldn't think of any. And like, how bad's that? I was sat with a roof over my head, food in my stomach, and like, the whole point of this isn't that really toxic false positivity. It's not about sitting there going like, life is brilliant if you feel like crap. It isn't about that. It's just acknowledging that even if you are in a bad place, there are still kind of golden little bubbles of sunshine all around you, but you do need to kind of train your mind to look for them a little bit. So that has completely changed my life. So I do that before bed. I have this on my bedside table and I write in that every day. And at the beginning it was 3 things, but now it's at least 5 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things every day, and they don't have to be huge. It can be the smallest thing of like your dog making a funny noise or your coffee being like really good that day. Like, they don't have to be huge life-changing things for it to be life-changing. And then the last book I write in every day without fail is my Q&A a day journal. So you might have seen these flying around. They're always in like gift shops and Urban Outfitters and kind of places like that. But if you don't know the concept, it's basically a journal that you keep for 5 years. And surprisingly, like, considering I don't really want to show you any of them in case you like, you know, pause it and read it, but trust me, I'm on year 5, and considering, like, it's actually looking pretty in good condition. My other one is really beaten up, and well, I guess this is coming away a little bit, but my other one lost its spineless book. So basically every day you get a different question, and then each year you answer the same question, so then you can see over time how your answers change. And I'm currently on year 5 of 5, and the previous one also had 5 years. So by the end of this year I'll have completed 10 years, which is a little bit scary and crazy, but very cool that I can look back and see how my answer to the same questions changed over that much time. But to give you an example, like, one is like, how would you describe your victory dance? Or what are you chasing at this moment? Or what expression do you overuse? Halloween plans, what's your costume? So, you know, some range from being kind of more fun and light-hearted to a little bit deeper and a bit more like, you know, existential. But it's really fun and I like to answer this every day, and I haven't missed a day since I have started this book and the gratitude one. The only time is if I go traveling and I'm literally taking a small piece of hand luggage or a backpack. I'll take a picture of the question, instead of, like, you know, in a small backpack 2 books kind of take up a bit of room, so I'll take a picture of the question, write it down on my phone and then fill it in after, which always kind of feels a bit like cheating, but I don't think it is because I'm still answering it on the day. And yeah, I do both of those every night and I just love it. It's a nice way to like end my day, think about the good parts of the day. And anytime I'm feeling a bit low, I go back and read my gratitude journals and the Q&A a day, and they never fail to put a smile on my face. So yeah, it's a really nice habit that I'm very glad that I've formed. They're the 4 books that I write in every day without fail. Let me know in the comments box down below if you do anything similar. Which of these 4 appeal to you the most? Would you like to kind of take up journaling? And if you already do, tell me what you love about it. And if you don't, tell me what sounds appealing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you again around these parts soon. Take care. Bye bye.